Welcome to What's Happening. Here are the top 5 stories. At number 1, the ECOWAS Court of Justice in Abuja Wednesday ruled that Nigeria violated the rights of citizens during the 2020 anti-police brutality demonstrations, popularly tagged #EndSARS protest. The court found Nigeria in breach of Articles 1, 4, 6, 9, 10, and 11 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, specifically on the right to life, security of person, freedom of expression, assembly, and association. The ECOWAS court gave its decision affirming the violation of the rights of 3 Nigerians, Obianoju Catherine Ude, Perpetual Kamsi, and Dabirooluwa Adeyinka. In its judgment, the ECOWAS court rejected the Nigerian government's defense. The judge rapporteur, Koroma Sengu, ordered Nigeria to pay each applicant 2 million naira and mandated Nigeria to adhere to its obligations under the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, investigate and prosecute its security agents responsible for the violations. It also gave the federal government 6 months to report the measures taken to comply with the judgment. At number 2, the Federal Ministry of Power has signed a 115 billion naira partnership deal with the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, Nigeria, to build a reliable and sustainable electricity system in the country. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, said the deal is aimed at addressing the long-standing challenges in providing reliable and sustainable power to all Nigerians. In his remarks, Richard Nelson, the coordinator for Power Africa USAID, said the partnership is a key component of the Power Africa program, which is expected to double access to electricity on the continent by 2030. Adelabu expressed gratitude for USAID's continued support, emphasizing the collaboration's transformative potential. At number 3, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, says Nigeria's average daily crude oil production increased to 1.27 million barrels per day in June. In its monthly oil market report released Wednesday, the oil cartel said the production data was based on direct communication with Nigerian authorities. According to the intergovernmental body, the current output figure represents a 1.57% rise from the 1.25 million barrel per day recorded in May. Due to the current production figure, OPEC said Nigeria retained its position as the biggest oil producer in Africa, surpassing Angola, which produced 906,000 barrels per day in June. With 259,000 barrels per day in June, Congo ranked third among the biggest oil producers in Africa, according to OPEC. At number 4, NATO members in the Washington Summit declaration released Wednesday said Ukraine is on an irreversible path to NATO membership, while a formal timeline for it to join the military alliance was not agreed at a summit in Washington, D.C. The military alliance's 32 members said they had unwavering support for Ukraine's war effort. The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed that U.S.-built F-16 jets are in the process of being transferred to Ukraine from Denmark and the Netherlands. It will be the first time Ukraine has received the advanced aircraft, something which Kyiv has long called for. NATO members agreed to set up a new unit to coordinate military aid and training for the Ukrainian army as part of measures designed to deepen ties between the alliance and Ukraine. And at number 5, 10-man Colombia defeated Uruguay 1-0 to reach the final of the Copa America for the first time in 23 years. A 39-minute Jefferson Lerma header sealed victory for the Colombians, who will now face holders Argentina in Sunday's final in Miami. The semi-final, which was played in front of a packed and passionate crowd, ended with scuffles on the field and fighting in the stands, including several players who had climbed in among supporters amid the flying punches. Colombia, despite having Daniel Munoz sent off just before the interval and facing plenty of Uruguay pressure, hung on for a famous victory to the delight of their massive following of fans. That's all for now. See you next time on What's Happening.